She was quite tall for her age, solid, and carried with her a bowel movement to match. One she decided belonged in her underwear instead of the toilet. I was the lucky daycare teacher to pull the short straw that day, and as every ounce of my 112-pound frame struggled to lift her decidedly uncooperative posture, dead weight, onto the changing table, I had a come to Jesus moment. How did I get here? 26, recently single, living alone in a basement apartment, and clearly in a very crappy job. I will never forget that moment. Clear as day, I knew that if I stayed here, it would be doing this for the rest of my life. Or I could take the risk, quit my job, and follow my dreams. Now, before you're all like, ooh, quit your job, girl, let me just tell you, my dream was to become an actor like my dad. But even my dad said, honey, please, just get a stable job. Oh, that's how I got here. But I couldn't ignore the moment I was standing in. So I took the risk. I quit my job. I said goodbye to poopy paychecks and hello to center stage. And I would love to be able to tell you that the next 10 years were full of fame and fortune, red carpets and caviar. They were not. It was more like audition after audition, peppered with some bookings, mostly commercials, a whole lot of working for exposure, and a ton of rejection. Like the time I decided to go to the open call for The Lion King. It said no experience necessary in the ad, but I knew I was in trouble when I got there and saw a dancer with her leg stretching up against a wall. But before I could back out, I swear, Leroy Brown from Fame showed up, put us in lines, and gave us our dance instructions. Run de champ, releve, and go. Needless to say, I did not land that gig, but I did land the gargantuan hands for Boston Pizza, and I got to spend half a day in the special effects department. Or there was Scotia Bank the Rest, Tim Hortons, female #1, or of course the ICS Online Correspondence School. You know, the one where you can earn a degree in online dentistry or rocket science. But perhaps my favorite was Shelley, who got dumped at the bar for being too old because apparently you can do that on autotrader.ca. Come meet your match. These were like amazingly fun times. But my dad was right. It actually didn't pay the bills. So I needed to have more flexible jobs. So I took on catering or I became a personal assistant. And for a short time, I got to read scripts with Sharon Gless from Queer as Folk, or Cagney and Lacey if you want to go farther back. And from time to time, we would go down to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and enjoy an incredible meal while we ran her lines. Now, let's be honest. Pretty much steak never landed on my menu. It was more like mac and cheese, and I had to have roommates to help share the rent, and I certainly couldn't afford to see the most current movies, so I went to the outdated ones on $2 Tuesday. These were some of the toughest and most exhilarating times of my life. I loved it, and I wouldn't trade any of it, and it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't had that pivotal poopy moment. Now, it's been almost 25 years since that day, and while I'm no longer acting, I took away so many incredible lessons. I learned to be able to stand boldly, communicate confidently, and more importantly, listen to that little voice that urges me to take the risk. Because I've learned that what I seek also seeks me, like beauty, excitement, joy, whatever it is. It's available just on the other side of that curtain. And I know that whatever is inside of that risk, it's way better than the crap we're standing in right now. So take the risk. Say goodbye to poopy paychecks and say hello to your center stage.